identification.
Let's go.
No, they did. I was wondering if they stopped it.
I'm live, ain't I?
Yeah, it says so on TV.
Yeah, it says you are live.
But I
Hope everybody's having a good middle of the week. We still got a couple more days till. Oh, actually, you know, we get a payday Friday. We don't have to wait till Monday because Monday's Labor Day, isn't it?
Whoa. Wait a minute. Hang tight.
I believe so. Yep. September 1st, Labor Day.
You know what? You're right. I forgot all about that. We will get a paycheck Friday.
Oh, we will?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just was thinking about that. I was like, wait a minute. The 1st is Monday.
Damn, we're gonna be rich. We're gonna be rich and broke on the same day.
It's about the way it goes.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you live off what the government pays you.
Yeah.
And I found something else out. See, last year we didn't file taxes. Me or the wife, because we was told we didn't have to.
Yeah.
We didn't make nothing to send in.
Yeah.
And on account of that, we ain't getting no money from the government. You know, the kickbacks or nothing like that.
Oh, there isn't any.
So we got screwed.
Yeah, that come from Trump himself saying there is no stimulus thing, you know. Yeah.
Oh, he did say that.
It's that made up stuff that people keep plastering everywhere. You know how many raises we got this year in Social Security?
Dude.
0. And how many times have we heard? Oh,
if I had all the.
You're getting a stimulus check this month. Yeah. As much as the stimulus checks,
if I got paid
have new
all the
property and everything.
Shit, I'd quit my job. But they need to quit that. They really do. Getting people.
Hey, Hero. Oh, you know what I forgot?
Do I have a delay?
You usually do. There we go.
I'm not trying to be a butt about it, but it seemed like tonight, every time I say something, you're drowning me out halfway before I get started good.
Yeah, there probably is a bit of a delay because usually you do. Usually I catch on to it pretty quick, but it seemed like it might be a little bit more tonight.
I don't know why. Look, 1 minute. If people is having problems with internet, please give me a warning, chat, because I can't be the only one having a problem like this.
Now that's interesting. Gray slapped a waffle with a fruitcake.
Shut up. I'm not even going there. I won't. but Dixie's sitting right here beside him.
I'm gonna do a shameless plug for the other channel tomorrow going live. It's hopefully we'll have a special guest tomorrow, and if she comes, Jeff will have to come too. So
I will.
yeah. Well, we're talking about Amish cooking, so
I feel
since
special
you want to
now.
go to Pennsylvania and eat Amish cooking.
Hey, for their buffet, man,
Oh
they
yeah.
got some good. Man, they got some good restaurants up there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Dana B says hello, Dixie.
Hi.
But hey, now if me and Dixie goes to Pennsylvania bushcraft, that means you're gonna have to come up there with us.
Well,
I mean, we're not gonna come to Ohio and pick you up. You're gonna have to meet us up there.
well, if you go to the west side of Pennsylvania, that's no problem. I just don't like the other side.
No, I don't either. I've been, dude. Look, let me tell you something.
Philly is horrible.
What they show you on TV about Pennsylvania, that's a clean version.
Oh yeah.
I went through it. What was it, Pittsburgh? I think it was.
Oh, Pittsburgh's not bad. That's the west side.
I can't. I'd have to pull a map up to find out which side I went through. But dude, the whole damn time I was praying, Van, don't fail me now, don't break down. New York City looked better than that.
Oh yeah, you were probably going through Philly then. Philly is.
I was.
Yeah,
It's
if you ever want to see how Philly is, go after hockey. Their hockey team, Philly Flyers, I think it is called. They're called, or baseball game. They tear the city up, even if they win.
About like Chapel Hill. I mean, they literally, if Carolina wins, okay, Chapel Hill would literally light a bonfire in the middle of the road, and you can see. Yes, I'm going to say it. You can see assholes jumping through the fire. I wonder what happened if you doubt and never hush up. But I mean, what was it? A few years ago, one of the guys was so caught picking drunk, he didn't make it to the other side. He had second and third degree burns. And the hospital is about 3 blocks from where he jumped or tried to jump through the fire. Yeah. Somebody put a desk in there right on top, and he didn't make it over the desk.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Today we thought we would let you guys come up with a topic to talk about. So,
and please do not talk about my accent.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, please don't talk about food.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, I knew it. Eric was going to say food.
What type of food, Eric?
Amish. I seen Vester made apple butter today, or canned it.
Man.
16. What?
Wait a minute.
French curtains?
What is that?
tapestries, it's curtain. Only fancier.
What? Only what is the one wanting to be funny in chat, ain't it?
Too late. Already asked Vester what's cooking. Desserts. Ooh. Well, you know what? I was thinking. The only thing is, I have to eat it though.
Wait a minute. Hang tight. Hang tight.
I
Let
used
me bring this up right here.
Okay.
Have you seen Josh and Mama videos?
No.
Get on it. Go to Josh and Mama up on YouTube. They got one out today. I was scrolling through Facebook and Dixie was watching it. It's apples, baked beans. What else was it? Mustard.
Ugh.
It's something else. Dude, we're going to try that one.
It's
Yeah,
original baked beans, Bushes.
Yeah, it's the original.
Usually, whenever
Go to Josh.
If I have a channel or something, I don't usually go and look for the same stuff I'm doing because
Right.
I don't want to have the idea and then see it and then you're stealing somebody's idea. So if I never watch it, I can't steal somebody's idea.
Well, why not? Josh and Mama steals everybody else's. They go to TikTok.
Yeah.
Well,
okay, Dana. Yeah, Dana.
One thing I was dessert that I used to make, and I was thinking about doing it again, is blueberry cheesecake muffins. They're really, really good.
Dude, please. Anything got cheesecake in it. Come on.
And they're real simple. So I might just do that. And it's really not that hard to make either. The only thing is that I'd have to eat some of them. And
I'm trying to get Dixie to go ahead and break out her pen and paper so she can take notes.
So I may do like maybe a dessert on the weekends. And I'm trying to do it to where I'm not doing a video too much. So I'm going to do the Tuesday dumps, which is just dumping stuff in the crock pot and hope it turns out.
I got a recipe for you on that one.
And then I'm not sure. I'm thinking Thursdays would be good for going live, and then maybe Friday cook something else. I don't want to do too much, especially starting out because nobody's watching them.
You're going to be busy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't want to overdo it, and then that's why on the gaming channel, I'm in what they call an SMP, where a group of people do builds and stuff like that. And I'm already, because we're supposed to start releasing videos on the 1st, but I've already got 6 videos done, and some of these guys haven't even finished their first one. I'm like, what is going on? It's not that hard. That way I'm way ahead on that, so I can make that last 2 weeks. So if I get too busy on one channel, and with the stuff I seen the last couple of days when I was doing research, because I'm still, for some odd reason, they still have me subscribed with the Grocery Wholesalers Association, so I can go in there and see what the projected prices are going to be for certain things. And like I was telling Jeff, the beans and grains and stuff like that, in the next 3 months, they're going to go up by 20%. And some people might not think 20% is not that much. It's quite a bit.
Just add 20% on what it is now.
Yeah.
Like a bag of flour is $5. That means it's going to be what?
$6.
Almost $8. So, okay.
Yeah. So that's why I said, and I've done these videos so many times telling people, you know, what to start with or what to keep your eyes open for and stuff like that. But you never know. There might be somebody, because I actually have a few new people that are watching the channel now, which is odd since YouTube doesn't share it out anymore. So that means maybe I should start recycling some of the prepping things I used to do. Because remember, I used to do the market reviews and stuff like that. But there's a lot of research in that. So it's just not, you know, click a button and read. I have to go in and check the market, make sure it's actually saying what it's supposed to say. And it usually takes me a couple days to go through all that data to make sure it's accurate.
Hang on. She made a good batch of beans called cowboy beans.
Oh yeah, those are good.
I don't think I've had them, but I will tell you this. Dixie can make a mean batch of, what was it, cowboy pasta. Yeah, dude, I'm going to have to record her and then post it.
If you can figure out how to upload a video.
I tried last time, it wouldn't let me. But yeah, I mean, we went to a get together, and she fixed. Oh, I know I'm gonna exaggerate on this. Let's say an 8-quart pot of cowboy pasta. Shit, it was gone. I didn't even get a second bowl.
Yeah, but you're already subscribed, so I don't know if unless I don't know. It's because if I go into my analytics and look, well, shorts are different. Let me go in my analytics right now. And
Oh, really?
the video I uploaded today. Let's see what it says. Reach. 46% watched it from the browse feature. That means they open YouTube and it's up there top. Notifications was 36%, which is crazy. Suggested videos is what is on the side. When you watch somebody else, it'll pop up on the side. Other YouTube features, 2.8%. And others is 4.7%, and YouTube search is 0.1%. Means somebody searched for chicken or no, this video for prepping, and one person clicked on a link evidently, or it showed up for one person. I don't know.
Bushcraft.
Yeah.
Harvest Mary Moon's got a question for you. How long does flour last still in their original package put into a Ziploc bag?
Okay. First of all, what kind of what kind of flour is it? Is it self-rising? That only lasts maybe a year to 2 years because it has the what you call it in there to make it rise. Regular old
Yeast.
flour,
Plain.
plain flour can last a long time if you do this, stick it in the freezer. But you have to be careful that there's no moisture in your freezer too, because it's a dry grain. So, and then you set it out somewhere to where it's not setting down on something to where it will get condensation. So you put on a wire rack or something, just let it set to get the room temperature, and then you can vacuum seal it and whatnot.
Now, so when she takes it out of the freezer, if you got any, put it in a Mylar bag
After it cools
with
off
some
or gets the room temperature.
Yeah.
You can put them in jars too. The thing with jars though is it'll suck up the flour. So you put a cupcake thing on the top.
Yep.
That way it'll pull up that instead of the flour.
Well, now you can do it with a paper towel. Paper towel.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. The cupcake things fit right in there though.
Yeah, I like your idea of butter, the cupcake.
But you can vacuum seal it and yeah. Well, they do say that when critters the eggs will still live even under vacuum pressure. I don't know how or if that's true or not, but that's why I say always put it in the freezer for 24 hours and then store it.
Now, answer me this question, Bushcraft. If you was to vacuum seal flour in a Mylar bag, would it get?
I didn't get the last part. You cut out. Would it what?
Wait a minute. Okay, if you was to vacuum seal flour, would it get like you vacuum sealed sugar to where it is as hard as a brick?
Yeah, no, you don't vacuum seal sugar or salt because it becomes a brick. You can. I'm not saying you can't, but when you do, it becomes really hard. So you have to break it up and stuff to use it. Especially sugar. Salt is, it gets hard as a rock, but it breaks a lot easier than sugar.
Yeah. Now, when I first started everything, I'm going to say in 2020, all right, they were saying do not vacuum seal sugar, and it was some other things I can't really remember for that purpose.
Yeah.
Well, before I seen that, I put some in a Mylar bag. Okay. I went in there not too long ago and picked it up. Dude, I could knock somebody out with that.
Yeah.
I don't think it would chill. Hey, I hadn't thought about that. You can make little sugar cubes.
And I'm not going to say who it was or anything like that, but there was somebody that put them in jars, was putting sugar in jars and vacuum seal them in a putting the vacuum sealer on there. And I was like, because what's going to happen in that jar? It wasn't a large mouth either. It was a regular size lid. I don't know. Well, you can imagine trying to get that sugar out of that jar after it's hard as a rock. You're going to have fun with it. It'd be like you with your ballistic gel.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking if they did get it out, how much glass is going to be mixed in with the sugar?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could probably, pour some water in there and then pour the water out and it'd be sweetened. I don't know. But yeah. And I'm not the one that goes into somebody's channel and saying, you can't do that. Now, if it was going to be something that was going to be life threatening or something like that, then I would probably email them or something, but I wouldn't, call them out in the middle of a live or something. Because chances are they're not going to listen to you anyway.
Let me see. I know for a darn good fact. I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself.
But if somebody gives me an idea and I've never tried it before, if it'll be better than what I do, I'll use their idea.
Let me ask you this. You talking about throwing stuff in a crock pot?
Yeah.
Have you tried cube steak in a crock pot?
Little bit.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you what. If you do that, you can cut your cube steak with a spoon.
Well, usually if I get cube steak, I do chicken fried steak. I hardly ever cook it any other way if I get cube steak itself.
Well,
you get cube steak and you pat it in flour, seasoned flour, and then you egg it and then put it in the batter, or not batter, but the flour, seasoned flour, and then you fry it up. Oh,
yeah, like it you do. But the bad thing about it is, now I can eat it as soon as it comes out of the frying pan like that. But the next day, I got to take a hammer and chisel. And I mean, look, I got no teeth, okay? I've got to figure out a way to eat, all right? But if it's done up in a crock pot, I can go the next day and grab a piece of it and eat it like that, no problem. And I'll tell you in the back room how to fix it up and prepare it. And if you do it the way I tell you, you'll end up liking it. And it can take 6 hours, it can take 8 hours, or you can do it all night long.
Yeah.
And it's got to the point that's the only way I can eat cube steak now.
Go ahead.
And pork chops is about the same way.
Oh,
You pick up a bone-in pork chop. If you go in there and grab it by the bone, that's all you getting out there is the bone, because the meat done slid right off of it.
Yeah. I think it was last week I cooked a rack of ribs at 200 for about 8 hours, and you pick up a bone and that's all you get because the meat's still sitting there. It was so tender. That's how you know it's good. And you don't see cube steak as much as you used to.
God, have you seen the price of cube steak and how many pieces you get in a pack?
Yeah, it's usually about $6, $7 a pound.
It's something like that,
Yeah.
you know. And beef chunks, beef stew. My God, go buy you a roast and
Cut it up.
cut it up.
Yep.
You're gonna come out cheaper, and you'll have a whole lot more.
Yeah, and it's the better cut too.
Yeah,
The stew meat you get is the ends. So
right.
it's the basically the scraps of the other good cuts of meat.
But if you can, ask the butcher, you want the second cut. Oh, it's better than that. I mean, we bought a roast, matter of fact, a couple of months ago. And I told Dixie that's exactly the reason, I bought it.
Yeah.
I cut it up in chunks, and it was what, 2 1-gallon bags that I got out of that one roast. And that roast was something like what, $8, $9. And I looked at the what they were selling in the grocery store for beef stew. And like you said, it was about $7, $8, and it was not even a pound. So, yeah, cook it slow. When it comes to meat, cooking meat, slow is better. I don't care who you are.
Oh yeah.
I just texted Skipper also. Told her to call me tonight or first thing in the morning.
Yeah, I messenger her.
Also.
Yeah. So whoever she gets a hold of.
She's gonna think an emergency's happening.
Well, she freaked me out the time she called me. Are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah. What's wrong?
I'm gonna tell you, that's one of the nicest ladies
Oh yeah.
that anybody can run across. But
Yeah.
to sit there and look at her, when she's got her youngins up on there, she's a mom first. And then you see the niceness.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. She's real good with her kids.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I reckon if somebody else was to come in, that's it. It's over with.
Yeah. And she took some hits when she came out and talked about her stuff that she was involved her earlier life and stuff.
Yeah.
And people are freaking out and say, oh, you have wine laying around and stuff, and that's my husband's. I don't touch that stuff. Oh, you can't have it in your house. Oh, bull. That if
how many cooks have you really seen that don't cook with alcohol? Plenty. Good cook.
It's not that. It's just, yeah, if you're afraid of going around people or doing things, if you have an addiction of some sort,
Okay.
you got more problems than an addiction. And I applaud her for standing up for that and bringing it out, because a lot of people don't talk about that stuff. And that's what I said. I like going to those meetings and stuff, but I don't like the keeping track of how many days you're this and because what happens if you slip up? You have to start all the way over. It's like when you get in trouble at school and you have to write on the chalkboard 100 times, I will not do this or do that. And then somebody comes in and erases it and you have to start all over again. It's like, oh, and then you feel like not, and it makes you think of, oh, I'm not doing this anymore, you know? So that's why I said, I don't like the fact, I like the rewards of, you know, oh, you're 30 days sober. You get a little coin and stuff. Oh, cool. I get a coin. But when you keep track of something like that and then you mess up, it's double hard. And it may be a good thing for some people and it may be a bad thing for some people. But
well, you want to talk about writing on the chalkboard? Look, if I do something wrong, I'll admit to it. Okay. I was in school at one time and I done something wrong. The teacher made me write on chalkboard. Another teacher come in and erased it. And first teacher asked me, she said, I thought I told you to do this on chalkboard. I said, I did, but Miss such and such come in and erased it. Well, you need to write it over again. That's when my mouth went off and I got sent to the office. I ain't doing the same thing twice. Okay. If you don't believe me, you go ask her. She'll tell you. Yeah, I got into, boy, did I get in trouble. But I didn't write it either.
Yeah, you were talking about getting a stew meat and stuff. And
yeah,
you can't do it too much around here. And I wouldn't want to do it at Walmart, but you can get the big chunks of meat where you can cut your own ribeyes off of it. And it's like half the price of what you would spend for a single ribeye or two ribeyes.
Yeah, the price of what you paying for one is you're paying the man in the back to trim it and cut it for you.
Yeah.
Or less.
Yeah. I think they have like Costco's, but I don't know how Costco's is their meat quality. Is it like Walmart quality or not? Or same thing with Sam's Club or whatnot? Those places where you go in there and
yeah.
But like around here, that you get Walmart and you got Bueller's, and Bueller's is pretty expensive for meat.
Now, the lady, I can't never think of her name, the one that you know, she talks a lot about Costco, how their meats are.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. What is... Okay. Dixie's in there watching TV. I thought the kids was out. So, Harvest Mary, I'm ill with you now.
What? That's right here?
Yeah. Go to the fruit stand up there and tell me if they got cabbage in. Good God.
Yeah, that's what it says. It would be at least $7 a pound.
Yeah.
Well, look at ribeyes. They're like 15 is for, I think they got it at Walmart for that. I have shopped at Sam's Club, but never Costco. Yeah, see, all we have around here now, I used to do Sam's Club years ago when it first was a thing, but not anytime in the last probably 20 years. So I don't know how their quality is and stuff. Now, there are some people say, oh, Walmart premium cuts are really good stuff, you know. But I've seen videos of where Walmart gets their meat. So, and they have their own farms. So it's completely different from, you know, the other places.
Harvest Mary, we got to pick out a certain time to meet up there at Jefferson. That's a place I cannot get lost. Jefferson, West Jefferson.
I got ribeye from the butcher, $7.99 a pound. Wow, that's cheap.
I never thought that, Harvest. I was thinking you thought that was.
I'll get a roast that you cut ribeyes off of for $7, $8, $9 a pound, which, you know, isn't trimmed up or anything. But when I was doing the carnivore thing, the fat, because you need that extra fat.
Well,
And for a ribeye, it's not the outside fat, which is it's okay, but it's not bad like organ ones.
well, see, around here where I live, the only thing we have is a Piggly Wiggly, a Food Line, and a Walmart. So we got slim pickings. Okay.
Well,
and
I've got two.
We've got I'm trying to think of it. It's a market they opened up. They sell steak, all that straight from the farm. Dude, I cannot afford the prices that they got.
Well, that's like Bueller's. Bueller's is you go in there for the cells and don't look at anything else because everything's too high.
Yeah.
They got a thing to where it's five packs of meat for $25. So, you know, you're paying $5 for, and it used to be you would get maybe a pound and a half of hamburger. Now it's down to barely a pound or just at a pound. And you can get rough cuts of steak and stuff like that, and pork chops and things like that. But still, it comes out cheaper than buying it individually. Yeah. And that's usually I'll go in there and get a few things of that.
Well, see, the closest town that's to me would be in Greensboro. Okay. They got every store that you can think of except a Bueller's up there. All right. I mean, they got Costco, they've got Sam's Club, they got it. It's a big.
Dang. Yeah, ribeyes are getting. And I remember when ribeyes were like the lower cuts of meat, just like brisket. You know, that was
$5 or $6.
That was the junky part. And then all these shows come out and where they make it slow cook it and everything, and then the price went way up.
It's got to the point I have seen in some restaurants where ribeyes are more, if not the same, as a porterhouse.
Well, now, I think they're better.
They are, but I mean, what was it? A few years ago, a ribeye was about the cheapest cut of beef on the menu.
Yeah, because everybody's like, oh, all that fat, oh, but that's where all the flavor is inside that fat. As long as you cook it right, you know, if you rush it and stuff, then it's all icky.
It depends on the marbling in the steak. Also, you got one cut that you do on a stove. You got another cut with the marbling that you do out on the grill. Like that. One's good for the other. You just got to know which one which is to get the best taste out of it.
That's like the filet mignon. I was never a fan of that. I mean, I'd eat it, but I was never a fan of it. I would rather have a piece of meat that's got a lot of fat in it, because that fat makes it tender. And
The only way I would eat a filet mignon, somebody else bought it for me. I am not paying that high price
that little
for
thing.
a steak that my hand is bigger than the steak. It ain't happening.
Although there's one way to cook it that it's really good is you make a garlic butter and you smear it all over that thing and slow cook it. Oh,
Wrap bacon around it.
That thing is so good with the butter, garlic butter, because it soaks in there. Ooh.
Be charming. I have never ate oxtail.
Oxtail's
I would be embarrassed. I would be embarrassed to go into a meat store and say, "Look, I want some tail."
You come to the wrong place there, sir.
Y'all don't sell oxtail. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, oxtail stew. Oh man, when it's cooked really slow, oh man, that stuff is really good.
Well, I will tell you, there is two things I will not eat. One is cow tongue. And do I really need to tell you the other one?
Chitlins?
I will. Okay, make it three.
Three.
I will not eat mountain oysters.
Oh, I was gonna say, is it turkey tail?
No.
That's supposed to be good. I don't know.
Yeah, no, no, I ain't even gonna joke around with that one. Probably get you shut down. Oh, we may have another goat going to give birth in a few months. There's another male goat wanting to push it around the yard out there.
Practice your milking skills.
Dude, I ain't even going there. Not with no goat.
That milk is good stuff, though. Make some good cheese and fudge out of that.
Dude, that I thought, okay, I may try it like that, but I thought you was talking about drinking some every day. No, I've tried it once or twice. I can't deal with that.
Well, did you
Nope.
let the milk set out for a little bit? There's some people, as soon as you get it, they'll strain it and they'll put it in the refrigerator, and then you open it, and they don't like the smell of it when they open it.
Now, hold on. Let me back up and correct, give a little bit of info. I was probably about 5 years old up my aunt's house.
Oh.
Okay. My aunt at that time lived in West Jefferson. All right. I opened up her refrigerator and I saw some milk in there. I opened it up and I run in there to Daddy and them, and I said, "Daddy, this milk is spoiled." My aunt got to laughing and poured me a little bit of it, to let me drink it. I thought I was going to gag on that stuff. And ever since then, I've not touched it. I've not smelt it or anything else. No, That's some nasty smelling stuff. So I don't know if she left it out, if she's strained. Now, this is a mountain woman, all 100%.
Well,
there's nothing she didn't know about animals up there.
Well, I was going to ask you, any chance she just had a baby anytime soon?
Which one? The goat in my pasture?
No, your aunt.
I could not tell you.
Oh,
Come on, I'm 5 years old.
Well,
look, to be truthful about it, when Daddy said we're going to go see your aunt, I was happy. Dude, they had hills up there that would make these down here look like little mold hills. And I would always scare my parents because I would take off running as fast as I could. I'd slide down them hills right into the creek. Man, that was fun.
Well, my father-in-law would come over certain mornings, and we'd sit around the table and talk for a while and stuff. But at the time, we were getting milk, and we had gallon mason jars, and we would put them in the refrigerator, and then regular quart jars we would put all the cream in and stuff. Well, my wife was breastfeeding, and she was working at a nursing home, and she would, add milk to a jar. So
I've been there. I've done that.
And he came in and went for the cream to put in his coffee, and we're sitting there, and I happened to go out and get wood for the wood stove, and I come back in, and he's sitting there, and then I see him put a couple things of sugar in there, and then he's making a face, and he's like, "What kind of coffee is this?" And I says, "The same coffee we always have." And he says, "Something tastes," he says, and he goes in there and gets that jar, and I'm about to say something, and he said, I think this cream went bad." And I said, "Well, I don't think that's cream." And he said, "Yeah, it is." And I said, "Well, it's not cream from a cow." And he looks at me, and I said, "That's for the baby." And he said, "No." He dumps the coffee. And he said, "You're supposed to label this stuff." And I said, "Well, I know where it's at. It's on the right-hand side, and the cream's on the left." And he says, "Well, I don't know that." Anytime he come over, he would get asked, "Which is the cream?"
Which one's the cream?
Yeah. But me and him got along really good.
Hey, I know who that is.
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
It was a telemarketer. I wish the watch would know when I have my phone muted, because that was the watch. And I'm waiting for the people to call me back or send an email back for a discount code or something for this watch, because it's very cool. Keeps track of everything. So I'm not going to do a video if there's no information I can give out to people.
Right. I got a question. You said with this increase in everything, is coffee and tea, is that going to go up right much?
Oh yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
It seemed like, didn't you put that on your video today?
I said a little bit about coffee. Yeah. That's one of the items.
Okay, because somebody else mentioned it. I'm thinking it's that woman who was in the car wreck. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Oh.
I think she also talked about it. Go watch her video she put out either today or yesterday.
The tomato one?
No.
She's throwing spaghetti sauce too.
No, she talks a little bit about milk and
oh yeah.
I'm talking raw milk. Okay.
Yeah.
She talked about that. But I will say this right here. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say Montana, but I don't think that's the state now.
She's in Michigan.
I was talking about what the governor done to the man. I hate getting old. People like us getting out on their own with no power or nothing like that. The governor of that state has cut their water off. You know, underground streams or whatever, they've cut it. They've got to travel 2 hours just to get water to last them what, a week. And if they move and put their land up for sale, then by the law he passed, they have to go in and fill that well with cement, and he's not giving out no more permits to drill a well. So I'd have to go back and look at that video to find out what state it's in. But it's out in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Harvest Mary said, trust me, it's not an old thing. Yeah, it is too, because when I was young, I didn't forget. Tammy,
Yeah.
I want to say Montana, but do not. Can I plug a channel right quick, Bushcraft? If it's up
I don't care.
Go to Pinball Preparedness. He done it. He done one this morning on it, and he could tell on his channel. He states all this, but don't do it right now. Wait till after the show.
Yeah, I don't do unfortunately I don't watch his channel anymore because I got a lot of hate from people because evidently I copied him.
You was doing it before
and I'm like, he's got a little beard though. Mine's a lot better than his. So he copied me. And I was like, I didn't even know who he was until he came up on 101s.
I'm about ready to cut this. I really am.
Yeah. Wait until you're laying down and you you go to get up and you put
I'm
your
already there, done past it. I mean, especially now. Look, I get up 2 or 3 times during the night to go to the bathroom. I lay on my stomach. That's the only way I can sleep. I got one arm under my head. I got another arm underneath my pillow. I'm
yeah.
tossing and turning all night. And when I wake up, I used to jump up out of bed. Now it's all I can do to roll out of the bed. When you go to raise your head up real quick and you land on your beard, your head's not coming off of your arm.
No.
Move that arm.
Yeah. I thought it was bad when I had really long hair because I'd get up, try to get up off a couch or something, and well, there's a lot of women out there knows what I'm talking about.
That's why they put theirs up in the bun when they go to bed.
I'm not saying any because I don't know what half you women look like or anything like that. But nowadays, when I went to school, which wasn't very much, but when I did, that minus the Aquanet, girls did up themselves. They dressed really nice. They did their hair up and stuff like that. Nowadays, they wear pajamas and their hair's up in a bun thing, and it looks like they stay in bed all day.
Look,
it's not like it used to be. I don't know.
Hold on. Now, in my house, it wasn't but one female, and that was Mama. So it wasn't bad. But I'm going to tell you, in a school, during breaks, do not walk into a girl's bathroom and strike a match. That side of the building will not last. Because what they do is they go in there with the hairspray and everything else. If you light a match, it's going to be a fireball coming out. But when me and Dixie was dating, before we got married, I already knew I was going to marry her. I come up with one rule not to do. Go to bed in curlers and with a face mask on. I mean, dude, look, she wore makeup, the whole 9 yards back when we were dating. Last thing I want to see when I wake up in the morning is to be staring at somebody in curlers and with a face mask. I'd probably have a heart attack to see that. And until this day, she probably will now that I'm saying it, but until this day, she never has. And I thank her for that. I really do.
And the whole makeup thing, I remember my wife used to do all the makeup and stuff, and I always said she looked good without makeup. Remember for one of her birthdays, I think it was Glamour Shots, I think it was called, where they do up, make you look like a movie star type thing and take pictures of you and stuff. And
hello, Art Wild Man.
They went and did her up, and she had all these pictures, and they said that with her height, she could be a model and stuff. Because most people they do up, they're like, they don't turn out so well. And they were like, and they said, we'll give you half off if we can use your image for our advertising and stuff. And she said yes, and I said I said, where are you using this image, and how many times are you using this image? And they said, well, we'll put it on our publications. And I said, well, you're going to be paying a lot more than half off of this thing here. I said, because the publication goes out to thousands and thousands of people. So that's multiply that by that. And, they said, okay, we'll have to refer you to our publication something or other. And I said, okay. And about 2 weeks later, they called and offered her $10,000 to use their image for their publication and commercials. Which is a lot more than, I think at that time it cost like $60, $70 for the glamour shot thing.
That's about right.
Yeah.
Bonnie wants to know what was her rule for me. Dixie's rule for me was no smoking left-handed cigarettes in the house. Yeah.
I had a list.
I did too, but I'm not saying all of it.
I already had reputation, and she didn't even know me. So I was like, how do you know I was this kind of person? You are. I'm like, okay.
Look, Bushcraft, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm pretty sure you've already figured it out. Woman is the best investigator there is. I'm going to guarantee you, if you ask a woman out on a date before she says yes, she's going to know everything about you. She's going to know more about you than you know about yourself.
Well, how I met my wife was I was in the carnival, and this is going to sound really bad and everything, but I flirted a lot, but it wasn't to get tell or anything. It was to make money. So I could flirt with a woman, and she would come over and play the game and whatnot, which worked out in my favor quite a bit. So the thing was, when I don't know if you guys see it's a hairy monkey. It was a baboon. It was a white furry stuffed animal, and it had, the butt. A baboon's butt hangs out, it was pink. It had a pink face and white fur and everything.
You did.
So I would say, I'd get them to come in here, and I would say, play for a piece of tail, and that would get them in there all the time. And that's how I met my wife at the time. We ended up talking and everything, and I took her out the next day for lunch, and pretty much every day that week while I was at that carnival, we went out, and she ended up going on the road with me while I was working, which that was a very, very bad thing, because I was really flirty, back then. And it wasn't that I was meant to be, it just came out that way. And she was a very, very jealous, which didn't bother me or anything like that. But anytime she see me talking to a girl, oh boy, it was trouble. But when we got together, it was no flirting. And she said, don't do that thing you do with your eyes. And I'm like, what thing? and you know what you do. And I'm like, I don't. Tell me. Evidently, I had a sparkle in my eye when I talked. So anytime I was like talking to somebody, I would like, squint my eyes so I wouldn't have a sparkle in my eye or something. And people, what are you doing that for? No, I don't want to get in trouble.
Boss man, I cannot even count the times I have embarrassed my daddy. One time, and this ain't no lie. Me, my father, and my best friend was going up a road. And there was a nice looking girl sitting in the car who passed us, but the stoplight called her. I told Daddy, I said, pull up a little bit. He said, why? I said, something I need to see. I said, pull up a little bit. He pulled up beside of her. I rolled my window down and motioned for her to roll her window down. It's before we had cell phones back then.
You actually had to talk to people.
Yeah. And I asked her, I said, can I get your number? She said, what? I can't hear you. I said, wait a minute. I jumped out of the car and walked over there and got her phone number. My daddy's face was just as red. I looked at him, I said, what? I said, I didn't do nothing wrong. He said, you won't call her? I said, as soon as I get back home. And Dad burn it. She gave me somebody else's number.
You remember those days though when you had a little black book?
Man, don't even go there. I got in trouble over that. Okay?
Mine was green though. I couldn't find a black one because everybody says you have to have a little black book. Because back then you didn't have a cell phone where it kept everybody's number. You actually have to write it down.
Or you memorized them.
Well, I had too many to memorize. Now I lived in Phoenix, Arizona, so
yeah,
I had a lot. Oh God, that sounds bad. I was going to say a lot to choose from, but the population was more. There was more population. So I had quite a size, and there was more than like popular names. I ended up getting in really a lot of trouble when I had 10 or 15 of the same names and I didn't put last names or anything. So I'm looking at them trying to remember which one was which.
Oh, the reason I'm sitting here laughing is this right here. I had, oh God, well over 100 names memorized along with the phone number.
Oh,
yeah, I was good. You call out a number one time, I remembered it. And it was, oh God, what was it?
Don't mind me.
Oh no, it's way before me and you met. I'm gonna say about 9:30, something like that. I was sitting at home on a Friday. Okay. Yeah, I know that was weird. So I call this number. And normally if the mother or the father answers, I'd hang up and wait a few minutes and call back. And the girl would pick up. And I said, what are you doing? She said, I'm just sitting here and we get to talking and I said, can I come over? And, we just ride around. She said, who do you think this is? Oh, hell. That was the problem. Could not remember her name. And I said somebody else's name. She hung up on me.
Oh.
Now, wait a minute. That ain't it. Oh God, I wished it was. But I called back because I remembered her name. Her mama answers the phone. Her mama sounds just like her. When that phone call was over with, I was told not to never lay my hands on her, my eyes, or even come close to her. Well, I had to throw that number out. Her daddy was much bigger than I was. But you got to start remembering what name goes to which number.
Oh, it's even worse when you don't get the name and you try to describe the person.
I've done
Blonde,
that.
blue eyes,
Oh, no. I didn't do that.
birthmark somewhere, and then you call them and you don't know the name, so you're just trying to get them to say their name and stuff.
Dude.
That's you remember the party lines and the
Yeah.
1-900 numbers and stuff back in the 80s. Well, my uncle tried to do he called one of these to where you actually gave your phone number, which would be crazy now, but and he described me because at that time I had long blonde hair, and he described me, and I forget what else he said, and that phone never stopped ringing for 3 months off of one ad that he put on that thing. And which at the time I didn't mind, but I was very, very busy for those 3 months.
Wow.
You know, going out on dates and stuff. There's one time where the girl came and picked me up in this little Toyota. It was an 80s Toyota something or other. And we ended up going to Mesa, which is connected to Phoenix. And she said, well, I'm picking up friends. Is that okay? And I said, okay, you know. And first 2 girls get in, then 3, 4, 5. And then at one point, I have 2 girls sitting on my lap, one in the middle of the console area, and the back seat is packed full. And I can barely see where we're going and stuff. And we went to, I can't remember the place. It's like a Magic Mountain type place where you go play putt and ride go-karts and stuff. And when we pulled up there, people were like freaking out because all these girls were getting out of this car. And then I finally get out and we go in and play putt and video games and stuff. And oh man, the look I was getting at the time.
I'm surprised the axles on that Pinto held all that weight up.
Oh, I don't know. That thing, yeah. There was at least 10 extra girls in that little Toyota.
Were you talking about describing, calling up and describing? I had an incident with that one. I met the girl. I was 16, and she was still going to school, something like that. I'm not going to tell you what her name was, but it started with a Z. And I could with a Z.
Oh.
And I could not remember her name. And her father said, describe her. I said, oh, she's about 4'11", wears a 44D bra.
Oh boy.
He's laughing.
Zelda. That's not her name, was it?
No, but you don't know how close you are. And I mean,
What was it?
dude,
Xena, the warrior princess?
warrior. You know, when Dixie was pregnant with her, she said, "We got to come up with names for it." And
Oh,
I
everybody's gonna
told
be guessing what that
Xena,
name is.
yeah, I know, but I come up with Xena. Dixie said no, she wasn't having that one. And I said, and I done research on it. I said it literally means warrior princess. Trust me, if we named her Xena today, she would have earned that name. And I forgot exactly what I was going to name my son right yet. But it also was warrior, meant warrior. Dude, it both of my youngins are nothing to sneeze at. They can be just as nice as they can, but if you mash the wrong button, you're gonna wish you hadn't.
The only one we did name was the that we went with. You know, I was gonna my oldest boy. We were gonna name him Malachi, and I didn't at that time. I didn't know it was in the Bible, but
Yeah,
from Children of the Corn, because I always liked that name, Malachi. So and we were thinking about it, and we at the time we said I better not, because people are going to freak out and everything, and ended up not naming him. But funny thing is, he named it my grandson. His name is Malachi.
Really?
Yeah. And I said, well, that's interesting. You know, we were going to call you that. Really?
But just, you know, you going through your life stories and me telling some of mine. Now, I know you ain't telling all yours. I am highly surprised somewhere along the line our paths didn't cross.
Maybe, you never know. I've been in North Carolina quite a bit.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it hadn't, but, you know, because your past and my past, it's got a whole bunch of crossroads in it.
Yeah.
You know, and I know it's hard to believe, but back in the day, I wasn't as nice back then as I am now.
Oh, I was really bad.
Yeah. And the funny thing about it is, the people who was always the worst out of the worst, I got along better with them than I did the other people.
I remember
I
ended up going from Phoenix to Los Angeles. And we were going to Pomona, which is pretty much there. It's just on the outskirts. And we were hauling stuff back, and I ended up staying there. And I said, well, you can come pick me up next month when you do another run. And I ended up staying there. Didn't have nobody to stay with or anything. I just said, well, I want to hang out here, you know. And I actually made money and everything. By the time my uncle came back the next month, I had new car and girlfriend at that time, and just and at the time I had probably $50-$60, which was, you know, quite a bit back then.
Yeah, it was.
And but it was, you know, back then when you got an itch to do something, you just did it. Because my thing was, my grandma was a gypsy. She bred palms and things like that, and she always says that my life would end when I was 30 or in my 30s. And I always believed her, because every you know, premonition and stuff said she always got that right. And I'm still here. But I kind of understand what she was getting at, and it wasn't that I would lose my life would end. And
Yeah.
that's when my wife was killed. So
I was fixing to say it
yeah,
did, and you know,
yeah.
but like
And
that.
I now that I think about it, it makes more sense that way. But you know, they can't tell you exactly when things are happening, or they just get a premonition of something, and it could be a meaning of something like that.
Yeah. Dude, I gotta go take my shot. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah, that's what I've. You know, they they have these memes and stuff now that Gen X. Um, we're just happy we made it past our 20s. Because yeah, nowadays, you know, the stuff we used to do back then is nothing like they do now. You know, oh man, even you know, you go down south and on the east side is mud bog and fishing and stuff. I remember doing crazy stuff uh, on motorcycles. And remember when we used to have 3-wheelers? They outlawed those. Everybody says 4-wheelers are so dangerous now. I'm like, back in our day, we only had 3 wheels. You would go over a jump or something, and those big bouncy tires, you'd hit down and it would bounce. Boing. It's a wonder I'm still here compared to stuff I used to do back in the day. Yeah, those things were crazy. They were fun though. I don't know the concept of why they got rid of them. How they are more dangerous than a one that has 4 wheels. Yeah, but yeah, I've seen a lot of people are not here anymore because of the 4-wheelers. Of course, you know, 3-wheelers you get hurt too, but yeah, it's, I guess, about anything you can get hurt on a bicycle and stuff. But I never understood why they went from 3 wheels to 4 wheels, and the three wheels were outlawed or discontinued or whatever they did with them. Now probably understand because those wheels were bigger and they were fatter, so you kind of bounced when you landed and stuff. Ugh. The tip? I don't know. I mean, it was just like a four-wheeler, except just didn't have the two wheels in the front. Now, maybe if you're going down, maybe that would tip that way, but most of the time you're going up and over a hill. But yeah, I remember in the desert we'd go flying through those things. The worst thing was falling off, because when you fell off, you got up and you had, you know, barbs and stickers and little cactuses stuck to you. That was the worst. Course, I would go to the east and everybody was riding around in mud. I'm like, oh, this is wonderful stuff. You know, it's not a big deal to fall in the mud. I remember the day before they had no shoes, no shirt, no service. You remember those days where you could walk into a Circle K or 7-Eleven with no shoes on, and guys with no shirt. Now you have to be fully dressed and all kinds of stuff. Back in the day, you didn't even have to worry about that. I remember bars and restaurants. When you went in, what would you like, smoking or non-smoking? You know, they would, and it wouldn't make sense because there was no barrier or anything. So somebody who smoked sat here and somebody that didn't smoke right there. But yeah, they had a no smoking section. But yeah, it's so many things has changed from when I grew up than nowadays. Remember, there was no unleaded supremium and all this different stages in gas. It was just regular gas and diesel. Yeah, I remember my feet were so tough from walking around all over. Um, I could run full speed with barefooted in gravel roads and not even flinch, because my feet were so toughened up from just walking barefooted. And when I started having to wear shoes all the time, that's when I started having issues with my feet and stuff, because people were not meant to wear shoes. You know, we're built to be barefooted. You even go to the foot doctors and stuff, and they'll tell you that shoes are the worst things for your back, your legs, and your feet.
You want to talk about old days? Do you remember when you could walk into a department store with a lit cigarette and smoke in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you'll think about it,
Think about what? Oh, Jeff, you're muted. I don't know if you meant to go mute.
No, I didn't. But, what was the last thing you heard me say?
When you think about it,
Oh, damn. You know how long ago that was. But as we were kids, we went barefooted everywhere,
yeah.
you know, except for the school and Sunday school. How many of us ended up getting sick coming up? If you did get sick,
Let's welcome the new member to the channel.
Hey, Greg, thank you for becoming a member. 47 months. Oof.
and when you did get sick, last thing you wanted to say is, Mama, I don't feel good. Why? Because out came the castor oil. If you survived that and you were still sick, you went to the doctor. Period. But boy, oh God, did a young and very seldom tell their parents, I don't feel good. They did one time, that was it.
Mom could look at us and tell if we were sick or not.
Yeah, could us too. But no, and like you said, no shirt, no shoes, no service.
Yeah.
I ain't no telling how many times I walked in the grocery store barefooted and had to get away from the refrigerator section. My feet about to freeze.
Yeah, and you know, no shirt on either. It's summertime. You didn't wear shirts. Well,
Guys didn't wear shirts.
guys, yeah.
Girls wore too.
Some girls, yeah, but
The good girls wore. But I mean, girls back then, they wore
tube tops.
Yeah, that's it, tube tops.
Yeah.
You know, but no,
Yeah, I used to wear tube tops back in the day.
Summertime, guys, we wore shorts. That was all we wore.
Yeah.
No sock, no shoes, no sandals, no shirt. And do you remember the mesh shirts that had the holes in it?
The what?
Mesh shirt.
Oh, yeah.
You wore that one day during the summer, and you took it off. You still had the shirt on kind of tan.
Oh, I didn't like those. I don't the
mesh shirts.
Yeah, I never did like those because they rubbed me wrong. I'll put it that way. Most time I just didn't wear a shirt.
I don't even wear shorts, Eric. My legs got too many battle scars on them.
That's even in wintertime. I'll be walking around with shorts on. I think I own 2 pair of pants and the rest are all shorts.
I'm either wearing painter pants or bib overalls. That's all I wear now. They're comfortable.
And I remember in the 80s when you went to a concert, you went and bought a t-shirt for $7-8.
And we was right about that.
And then it was time to cut it up. You know, you would cut straight, do cuts in it and cut the sleeves off and cut the sides off and different things.
Wait a minute. Eric said something that brought back some memories. If I'm all sweaty, I'll take my shirt off and hang it out the driver's side window. Eric, it ain't no telling how many times I've rolled my shirt up in the window to dry it out like that. Matter of fact, I got pulled one time, and the cop told me I couldn't do that, and I said, "Why?" He said it was blocking my view. I said, "No, when I'm going down the road, the wind's carrying the back." He said, during the stop sign or traffic light, one or somebody runs it. I said, "Well, for the car." But yeah, I've done it. Oh, I'll tell you something else. When I did wear socks, oh God, especially after a rainstorm, if they got muddy, I'd find me a clean mud puddle and wash them off, and I'd hang them on the radio antenna of the car, and the other one on the CB antenna that was on the car to dry them out.
Yeah, men don't wear short shorts.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started on that one.
No.
I've got thrown out of many restaurants on kind of something like that.
I had a girl cut me some cutoffs one time. No.
Let me back up on my story. I did not wear the shorts. Other people wore shorts like that into a restaurant, and I was the one getting thrown out.
Well, this was things that happened and whatnot, and I needed something to wear, and she cut the shorts, and I put them on, and I might as well not been wearing stuff. And yeah, guys can't. Well, I should say some guys can't wear short shorts.
Man, then
And that was my last time I wore short shorts.
Yes.
Eric says Grace is doing an air commercial.
Well, now in the 90s we had in the 70s too, but 90s they had the what are they call hip huggers or something like that, to where and now they pull them up all the way up to their hoo-hoos and give himself a wedgie and a half. I don't understand that. I didn't mind the hip huggers. Those were cool, but the hip hugger things are coming back now, evidently.
They are. So is bell bottoms.
Well,
now, I can deal with the bell bottoms.
I love bell bottoms.
I'm not wearing no bell bottoms.
I'm not no more. I quit wearing them in the early 70s. But
I love them.
Dude, the hip huggers, no.
No, hip huggers are good, but not for men. I'm talking women.
Well, my philosophy is this right here. Hip huggers on a female is like a married couple going to the beach, because you may not be married when you come back.
Yeah, the new thing where that's starting to go out, which is good, because they pull them up so high that their butt cheeks hang out and stuff, which it just looks weird in the first place when they're trying to pull their shorts up so high. You remember Guess jeans? Yeah, I remember I made some money on that in the
Guess
80s.
you-
Yeah, I'd
I
go
don't know.
around buying all the guest jeans up, the ones that are rips and stuff and I would take a knife and cut the label off and sew it on Levi's and stuff and resell them for, at that time it was 50, 60, 80 dollars that was a lot back then because there was a major shortage of guest jeans because they were so popular. And all it was is because of that label.
Beach Armor said something. I want to say something to it, but I best not if I know what's good for my head. Wait a minute. Hold on. Eric, what do you mean by striped tube socks?
They had the color band around them. I didn't like them because I don't like pulling my socks way up. I've got here. Let me show you my
Now,
socks.
I had to look at my sock and make sure he didn't have the bands on them. Oh, okay.
I'm sporting Dragon Ball socks.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Okay. I can get into them cartoons.
You done messed up already. You get
What?
people, you call them a cartoon, people freak out nowadays. That's an anime.
Look, you call it what you want. I'm old school. I said cartoon, I meant cartoon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if they don't have real people in it, it's a cartoon.
Yeah. Now they have live action anime to where it's people
Yeah.
as the anime instead of the cartoon part.
I'm gonna have to see that. We'll see one of them.
Oh, there's Korean TV has a lot of good anime, or I mean live action anime. So I'll sit there. What is that? Oh, what is that Japanese one I watched? The guy with the sword when he flips the sword around backwards so they don't kill people. Who is it? Roni Kenshin. I probably said it wrong, but that I didn't even know it was an anime. And then my son said, "Oh, that was an anime," and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool," because I've watched on Netflix. I've watched when he was one of the best samurais. He was a good sword fighter.
Right.
And then a couple movies after that, he vowed not to hurt people, except he ended up doing it anyway. But he flipped his sword around backwards. And I did research on it. And there's actually somebody in history that did this because he didn't want to, he was so good, he didn't want to kill anymore.
Huh.
So he flipped his sword around backwards and he that's how he fought, which is weird.
I know. I
see
didn't
that.
even know that.
Oh, Samurai X. No, I don't think I watched that one. Oh. Oh, okay. But yet some of those Korean shows or movies are pretty good. One of them's Bleach, I think it was. If that's why I think it is, because he died and came back, and then he could see demons and stuff. So he had to go and help and fight them, and they trained him how to fight and stuff. These people that could see these demons, and it actually turned out to be a very good movie.
Huh. Well, see, To me, you're talking another language. I've not, in my knowledge, I've never seen one.
Well, see, that's the thing. You may have seen it, but you know, well,
Didn't realize.
you remember in the 80s um, Mario Brothers?
Yeah.
Okay, that's live action because that technically the Mario is an anime. So
Well, I'm talking to update like now or anything. The
yeah,
Mario, yeah, I watched. You know, shit.
well,
My mind,
you've watched Marvel, you've watched
Mario.
um,
No.
Transformers.
Yeah, but that was back in the day when my
No,
young and
no, I'm saying you've watched the newer Transformers.
okay, yeah, I have.
That's technically live action. It was an anime in the 80s.
Yeah.
There's a lot of anime stuff that they made live action, which
Okay.
is just regular movie.
I see where you're coming from now.
Yeah,
Okay, in that case, yeah, I have watched a few of them, you
yeah,
know. But when you say anime, I'm thinking from start to finish, cartoons,
yeah.
like,
Um, what GI Joe that converted over to live action
right.
because again, we think that that's a cartoon, but technically it's an anime. Like Dragon Ball, that's
Well,
back
that's
then I thought it was a cartoon, but now it's an anime because it's Japan. What anime is Japanese cartoon
I don't think I've
or
seen that.
Japanese animation. That's where they get the anime thing.
Grace, exactly. And now that Bushcraft is explaining it to me, I understand it better.
Hmm. To me, it was always a cartoon, and it's
Yeah,
still, to me, it's a cartoon. But
like
because
Spider-Man
I
and
grew up
Superman.
when the only time you could watch cartoons was a half an hour or an hour after school, and
Yeah,
on Saturday.
yeah.
That's it. And
Well,
it was maybe an hour to 2 hours on Saturday.
from 7 to 12. At 12 o'clock, no more cartoons. You know, like
Yeah,
that right there.
Naruto. Yeah,
And I'll tell you something else. Saturdays and Christmas Eve, Christmas Day was the only 2 days you did not have to call your youngins to get up.
oh no,
And Christmas Day for the parents, you was lucky if you got 2 hours sleep.
yeah.
So there was one year, me and Dixie, we just said goodbye to Santa Claus. We laid down. The youngins got up, got to playing. And I told them, look, from here on out, y'all are not allowed to get up until the sun comes up. But I mean, look, us parents, we got to rest too.
Yeah, the voice. Not I get on. I get onto it a few times because they'll before they do their fights and stuff. They'll talk about it for 15 minutes before they get started. And I'm like, just fight already.
I'm the same way. Dixie hates it when I'm sitting there, I'm watching a cooking show, how they cook Okay. I'm like, will you finish scraping that bowl? You still got a half a cake left in that thing. You didn't do this right. You're supposed to do this first. And she would say, would you shut up? She's one doing it, not you. Yes, Grace. They are all skinny characters. They're not like me. Were they heavy set or fat?
Well, they have some nowadays.
Not many.
Well, Dragon Ball, they have Mojang Blue Boo. He's a chubby pink guy. Who's the other guy that has a halo up there?
I have not watched.
King Kai, yeah.
I have not watched cartoons since Transformers. That's it. That's been what, back in the mid 80s?
I actually started getting into Dragon Ball Super and watched the movies too. And there's a couple other ones, but I haven't went back and watched the one where he's a little kid.
The two cartoons I really liked was Ultraman and Speed Racer.
Yeah, see, Speed Racer is an anime.
Really?
Yeah.
When did they do that one?
That's where it came from, Japan.
Now, I ain't seen the movie. I've always watched
it's Astro Boy is another anime.
Now, didn't you say anime used to be a cartoon and then they went like cartoon and real people together?
No, that's live action. Anime is Japanese animation. That's where the word anime comes from. It's basically a cartoon, but it's called that because it comes from Japan or Asia.
Now, I knew Ultraman and Speed Racer was done in Japan.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was anime.
Yeah. Basically, if it comes from there, it's anime. If it's, like Donald Duck and Woody Woodpecker, that's a cartoon. Even though it's still made the same. It's just where it comes from, it's called something different.
Like a hurricane and a typhoon. Hurricane here, but overseas it's called a typhoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
Thank you. Oh, Lordy.
Oh, yeah. I used to love Godzilla movies.
God, yeah.
Monster. Oh.
Godzilla.
You remember in the 70s and 80s, it was Attack of the Killer Ants, Attack of the Killer Bees, and the tomatoes and the spiders. And then there was the national disaster, the towering towers or and the earthquake ones and all kinds of disaster movies back then.
Now, yeah.
The Poseidon. I used to love that movie.
Which one?
Or the one where the boat flips over.
Titanic?
No.
Poseidon?
Titanic sunk. Oh. I thought it was Poseidon Adventure.
It may have been.
Where it flips over and they have to get to the bottom part of the boat because it's the thinnest metal. Yeah, Gene Hackman. Yeah. What was the preacher guy, I think.
You know how long it's been since I saw that movie Poseidon Adventure? I think I seen it when it first come out.
They had a part 2 of it, the old one, and then they redid it in 2000s, I think.
Titanic, was it?
No, not Titanic.
But
Oh no, yeah, Titanic, it just sunk.
Britannic.
She
Yeah,
said
that's a-
Britannic. B. I think it starts with a B.
Britannic.
The boat before Titanic.
I remember the Tower Inferno too.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you know, Jaws has been out 50 years this year.
Yeah,
They're going to do a release of it again. God, 50 years. Dude, I remember going to see it when it hit the theaters for the first time.
yeah. Well, I don't, but I remember watching it.
Mama told me not to go watch it. And what kid listens to the parents?
None.
I went and seen it.
After that movie came out, the beaches were bare because people were afraid to go in the water.
Yeah, true.
Well, they done it. They released it damn near the perfect time, if you think about it.
Yeah.
They killed the beach life on it. Then they come out with 2 and 3. But yeah, I mean,
Let's see.
I hear the keyboard.
Yeah. Well, this is late 80s because Tron was a good one, and that
Was that
is 82.
1 or 2? 82?
Well, yeah, that's Tron, not the newer ones.
Yeah. And
You
got to watch the original in order to understand too.
Yeah. Which I still like the other ones, but
not as good.
Yeah.
Well, we all say.
Let me do 70s.
I don't care how many movies they come out with, the original is the best. Okay, what is it? Roadhouse. You know, Patrick Swayze. That was an excellent movie. The newer version, Roadhouse.
I don't like it.
No, it's not as good.
No. The original, the 2 main actors in Roadhouse.
Yeah.
They've done multiple movies where Patrick Swayze is a good guy and the other guy was the bad guy.
Oh, what was it?
Was it Steel Dawn?
Red Dawn.
No. This is one of his first movies where he was a sword fighter in the future. And the other guy was the bad guy. I think it was Steel Dawn. Let me.
I don't remember him being wait a minute. Yeah, I do.
Like I said, it's Steel Dawn.
Ain't that where toward the end he's walking out, let's say with a girl or something like that, and it's in the future where everything's blowed up or whatever?
No, it's out in the desert where water is really scarce. Here, let me show you a picture.
Seems like I have seen that.
And like I said, it's one of his first movies. But those 2 played in a lot of movies together. One being the bad guy and one being the good guy.
What is his name? I know who you talking about. He's got that voice. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's still Dawn.
Okay. That's
Um,
what he was talking about. But man, you talking about a long time ago. That's quite a few moons back.
yeah, most of those guys are no
Gone.
more.
Yeah. Now, is it true the one that played uh damn, I can't even recall the name of the movie we're talking about.
Still down.
No, the bar.
Roadhouse.
Yeah, Roadhouse. The one that had the deep voice in Roadhouse. Is he still alive or did he
You
kick
mean,
the
are you talking about Sam Elliott? He wasn't the bad guy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Sam Elliott's still alive.
Okay, okay.
The bad guy is Marshall Teagan or Marshall Teague,
I'd have to see his picture.
and he's still alive. He's 72 years old.
Sounds
Here,
like he's barely alive. I bet he can't kick as high.
well, he really wasn't a martial arts guy, but here, I'll show you his picture. Share
Look,
screen.
in a movie, they can make you out to be anything you want to be.
That's
He
the
looks
bad.
like the guy that played in Kit, that drove the Kit car.
No, he's the guy that got his neck pulled out in Roadhouse.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's him and Patrick Swayze played in a lot of different movies. I mean, a lot of the same movies.
I didn't know that.
But like I said, he's still alive. I think the Ben guy is. Yeah, he died in 2012.
Who has ripped off my tooth?
Who?
What Dana B posted.
Mantooth?
She said the guy from Emergency.
Oh,
I know who Robert Fuller is.
yeah, that was the bar owner was the guy from Emergency.
Okay.
The good guy the one who owned Roadhouse.
Okay.
Um,
Damn, what last name? Parents must not like him too much.
Kevin Teague, yeah. Let me see, get back here to that. 70s movies.
No, I thought you was doing music. Man, the 70s music was the best back then.
Okay. Now, what do you think some of the made top picks for movies in the 70s were?
Oh my God.
It's an easy one.
I can't remember. I can see the picture. Tower Inferno had to have been one of them.
No,
Like
I'm
Jaws.
genre. You know, what type of movies?
It had a lot of girls in it, a lot of alcohol.
No, it was westerns.
Really?
Clint Eastwood made a lot of movies back then.
Okay, okay. Now that you said it, yeah. Eastwood, John Wayne, and Trinity Boys.
Yeah, Trinity is still my name.
Trinity.
Even angels eat beans.
Yeah.
Genesis 2.
I don't think I've seen that one.
That was in 73. White Fang. or challenge to White Fang.
I don't think I've seen that one. No.
Outlaw Josie Wells.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, that was good.
Oh, here's a good one. Logan's Run.
I remember that one.
Yeah. Pioneer Woman. Winter Kill. Who can tell me who was in that one?
I can't even tell you. I don't even remember the movie. Andy Griffin?
Yep. Everybody knows the whistle.
I'm trying to think of his name.
His name's Andy Griffin.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know it now, but when you said it, I was trying to think of his name before I said it.
Andy Taylor?
Yeah, Griffin. And he lived on the coast of North Carolina when he passed.
The Strangers in 7A is another one he was in.
Really?
Yeah. Hard Case is another Western, 72.
Well, you know, before he became a movie star, he was wanting to be a comedian.
Yeah, these are the top ones. The Cowboys. Oh, that was a good one.
I wish they'd start making more Westerns.
They actually have started making more.
I think I have seen practically every Western that they've come out with so far in the last 5 years.
One movie that I loved, or it was more than one movie, but Billy Jack.
Yeah. He got, what was it? 3 of them, wasn't it?
I can't remember. I think there was one before that, but it was the start of Billy Jack. It was
right.
His wife. He actually married her. Was the star. And then the next movie, his wife was a stand-in. You know, you could see her on the side. Or it was the one before that. I can't remember. But he ended up getting typecast. You know, that's all they wanted to do, and he didn't want to do those anymore.
Well, he was also 100% Indian.
No. That was part of the thing. He was actually he was a soldier. I can't remember what branch it was, but because I had watched a documentary on him, but he did get into trying to, you know, with you know, it kind of rubbed off on him, the Indian stuff, but he wasn't, well, that he knew of. That's what he said. But he started, you know, hanging out in reservations and donating money to the reservations and stuff like that. But he did become I forget which one it was, but he did become a member.
Honorary member.
Yeah, something like that. Because he did benefits and stuff. He had a big ranch and everything that was outside of the reservation and stuff that he all the people that worked on his ranch were Indians. And I said Indians. I'm not going to say Native Americans or anything like that.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I know some people don't like it when you call them the other one, but
Yeah.
you know, I reckon I'm at the age I can say damn near anything I want and
Yeah.
not really offend people.
The thing is I'm not saying it as disrespect. I'm just saying, you know, describing. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't mean it in a bad way or anything. I think when you scream and holler about something, it makes it worse. Now, if people come out and say this dirty person that, and call them names, that's something different than just somebody calling it.
True.
Yeah.
I reckon you kind of got to listen to how they're saying it in order to see if it's going to be bad or not.
Yeah.
Like you were saying.
Yeah. And that's for any race. I mean, if you're describing something unless you're describing it and using bad words or bad language and stuff, then I don't see anything wrong with it. Like
Grace,
when I say Indian,
I did too.
When I say Indian, I'm not thinking of a bad person or anything. Most times they're better than other races. And it's not a race that's bad, it's a person that's bad. Just like, when I was talking about the other day when I was so many people carry on about the slaves and this and that about the slaves. All white people are bad because they own slaves. The thing is, you do research. I did research, and during the slavery times, 1.7% of the population owned a slave. That doesn't mean every white person is racist because somebody 200 years ago owned a slave. Because there was more Indians and Mexicans at that time that owned slaves because they would kidnap them and, they didn't buy them or sell them. Well, they did sell them, but they would kidnap them and stuff. And I better stop talking because YouTube's
because I'm wanting to say something. I'm wanting to say something. So, next.
Yeah, I think it's just ridiculous that people carry on for something that happened over 200 years ago. I mean, you can go back further than that when, look what they did to Jesus.
Well, I'm going to ask you the exact same question I asked you the other night. Can you tell me any race on this planet from the time of beginning up until now where there has not been slaves of that one race?
There isn't.
Exactly.
Because there's only one race. It's the human race.
Well, I'm talking color. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I mean, the only people I can think were not slaves, Adam and Eve, at the beginning.
Well, yeah, you
they
could.
Were, but not at the beginning.
Yeah. Well, you could, the snake. And it depends what your meaning of a slave is,
Oh, I got something for you. Do you know, okay, when a married couple goes out and gets something to eat, why the woman will not make a suggestion? Because we give that to them one time and they messed up. We ate the apple too.
Yeah, there was a big conversation about that too.
All hate mail.
No,
Sent
it wasn't. It wasn't an apple. Why is it always
No, it
portrayed as an
doesn't.
apple? Yeah.
Well, yeah. Nowhere in the Bible does it say apple. It
Nope.
said fruit.
Yep. And that's the thing. Everybody was, well, it has to be an apple, but I would imagine that it's not.
No.
It's not here anymore because it was removed. I don't think it's something that is still around. Well, that's just my theory. I don't know if it's true or not.
Well, the Bible don't say what it was. It could still be here.
Yeah.
It could have been a coconut, a pineapple. I don't know. Pineapples.
Yeah, because I hear a lot of people say it was a quince. I don't know, or maybe a fig.
Yeah, it's a possibility. People think they found paradise. I'm gonna call it paradise. Okay, let's say they did find it. What fruits were common in that area? Apples, pineapples, bananas, what?
Well, you can track where allegedly they think where
it was
the Garden of Eden is, because it's you can look at the old maps and they are where certain things were, because again, it wasn't a bunch of different continents. It was all one mass.
Yeah.
So,
but now, does it or does it not say? The reason I'm asking, I do not know, that the Garden of Eden was where three rivers meet or divide, somewhere like that.
Well, isn't that the Euphrates? Where
I do remember a saying where rivers meet. I don't know how many. I'm not exactly sure if it was the Euphrates or if it was describing Garden of Eden either.
I don't know. Well, I remember in Revelation where that's where the demons come out of when it dries out. The horsemen, one of the horsemen. I think the plague one.
Now, I thought a total it was going to be 3 demons or 4 demons.
Well, it's one of the horsemen. Like I said, I think it was the plagued one, which they bring out more when they come out.
Yeah.
But that's the main part.
It's like the gate of hell opening up and all the demons come out at one time.
Well, they describe the creatures, and I'm calling them creatures because I don't know what they are, and
like
it's just a description of somebody that lived,
years ago.
John back in them days. So that's just what his vision of what he saw. Just like when he went up to heaven, and his vision was of the lion head with the wings and talons and stuff. The creature that he's seen up there. So it's hard to say what that could have been. It's just his interpretation of it.
Well, that's true. Because their interpretation back then could be something totally different than what.
Yeah, it could have been a dragon for all we know, but or griffin. It's, and you know, like the bowl where God saves all of our tears. That was an interesting read right there.
Yeah, it is. And I'm sitting here thinking mine's probably about empty. It's got some in it, but
No, everyone's tears
yeah,
are in that bowl. So like if somebody does you wrong and you shed a
Right.
tear, that tear
Right.
goes in that jar or that bowl. So he knows where all those tears, who caused them and whatnot.
You know, he's got his hands cut out for him.
Well, you know, it's God. He can handle that stuff.
Well, that's true too, but I'm sitting here thinking he's gonna have a lot of work.
Well, if you,
It may take 3 days.
yeah, you're thinking of it as a man, but he's God. You know,
No
it's
doubt.
unfathomable to think of all the stuff that, because he hears everything that's going on. He knows when you're born, your path from start to end for everybody. It's crazy to think of that. Hey, Lily. I mean, just, and this has been going on for thousands of years. So, oof.
Hello, Miss Lily.
Let me go
Eric,
ahead.
if you driving Jersey style, let me know so I can stay off the road. I've seen how they drive in Jersey, and trust me, what you hear people describe how they drive, it's no exaggeration. You got to do at least 60 getting out to your own driveway up there. No, you ain't. I'm hiding. I'm sitting there. I'm gonna sit in the back seat with a blindfold on.
I went to set up the live for tomorrow on the other channel, and Streamlabs wouldn't let me. Said I had to wait 24 hours again. I'm like, you told me that last time, and that was 2 weeks ago. So I'm sure I'm able to now. So I went over to set it up on Streamlab or StreamYard, and
Right.
I had the same issue. It says you have to okay it first, and it sent me a link to go there and okay it. There was no button to okay it. So I went and closed it back down, opened it back up again. Then I was able to set it up through StreamYard. So, and unfortunately, I didn't cancel my Streamlabs in time. They took the money out yesterday or Monday. Remember when I was telling you I was going to cancel it? Well,
Yeah.
they took it out while we were live. And I was like, dang it. I thought I had a couple more days. So
they timed it just right.
Yeah. So I got another month I have to pay for it. And then
Wait
I
a
was
minute.
just going to go with the free thing because I'm not making anything on this channel anymore. So I'm lucky if I get paid every 3 to 4 months now.
Are you talking full price for StreamYard?
I'm not paying for it. I'm using the free.
Okay.
Yeah. I was talking about Streamlabs. I'm paying $27 for this, but it's just not for this thing here. It's also for the
Other
other
stuff.
software I'm using, and
Okay.
for making shorts and things like that for the gaming channel. Because on that,
Have you,
I'm like 800 away from being monetized over there. 800 watch hours.
are you keeping your eye on chat? Man, they talking about kidnapping me, tying me to the bumper, throwing me in the trunk. Yeah.
Who's saying that?
Grace and Eric. Eric's driving Jersey style.
That's how you with them.
Yeah. Grace said, we picking your ass up.
Well, that means that Eric's going to be going back to, or going to New York, so he's going to pick you up on the way. Unless he's going all the way to get Grace and then heading back down.
Unless he is the world's strongest man, he thinks he's going to pick me up.
Grace got the pink duct tape, so
I don't care how much duct tape you put on me. He ain't going to pick me up. A 200-pound man is not going to pick me up. You know Eric's laughing his assets off. Grace.
I could see Jeff tied up with pink duct tape in the back seat with Luffy pecking at his head. Jeff go, take it off of me.
That monkey ain't even gonna be able to pick me up. They got the trunk monkey back there.
The trunk monkey.
Yeah.
4 rolls of paracord. I got a bunch of paracord.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
It's green, so you can't see it. Here's some pink.
Eric said he's got a trunk monkey back there, so they're gonna have to tie me to the fender. Y'all call it defensive driving? I am not even gonna tell you what I'm thinking. And it's not defensive.
Okay, it's a green screen because you can't see it.
Okay, I thought you done lost your marbles there for a minute.
They ain't gonna have feathers on you. Tickling you.
I'm playing with the cat. Fuzznuts loves strings, and this here is a good thing that everybody should have.
Okay, what is it?
Well, you should be able to tell by that.
All I see is time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I see.
Oh, why is it stuck?
Is it against YouTube rules to show that?
No, it's a tourniquet.
Damn, I thought it was a knife.
Oh no, it's a tourniquet.
Okay.
For some reason, it's stuck. Probably because
you're gonna have to send me a link for that.
There it goes. I got a little. It's got a little case. What do they call it? Kevlar? No, that's not Kevlar. Cytec or something like that. I forget what it's called. Eric knows what it is. Because I got a holster that for my 1911 that's made out of this. But well, let me see. How many people in chat have a tourniquet? And I mean an actual tourniquet, not a belt. How many people in chat has one?
How about putting a link for that in chat?
I couldn't remember where I got it at. But I did a video not too long ago, because you know, these people on, and I think actually 101 did it too, showed us how to use a tourniquet.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know, that's actually, technically, once they're used, you can't use them again. They're a one-use item,
Ordeal.
and they have an expiration date on them. Actually, I never knew this, and I did a deep dive into it and got really into the use of them. If you use it, it voids. You know, I'm not saying warranty or anything, but it voids that you can't use it again because it's a chance that it'll fail. You know, the because it has that little thing that you tighten up and cuts the circulation off and whatnot. But once you use them, it's void, meaning you can't use it again, which I kind of understand. It'd be like,
Yeah.
you know, if there's a chance it's going to fail, you want to make sure that it's going to work every time you would use something like that. But I was shocked that most places only they have a shelf life of 5 years. Not saying that it won't work, but the manufacturer says that it's only used for 5 years. After that, you know, they say get another one. I'm not saying it doesn't work or it won't work, but you know.
Well, if you got it for 5 years and never used it, why shouldn't it work?
Well, see, that's the thing, though. If there's a 10% chance that, you know, you go to wind that up and you got 15, 20 seconds to stop the bleeding and you go to crank it up and it breaks. Whoops.
Okay.
So it does kind of make sense, and I'm not saying it wouldn't work or it's just a ploy from the company to sell more, but I've got some that I actually practice with, you know, to test them out and stuff. That's what I was showing on here, because they have them wrapped up a certain way, and I learned this from a field medic, somebody that was a medic in the Army, and he takes it out and he folds it a certain way. He opens it up to where when you pull it out, it's a big loop instead of folded up real small. Because say you have a limb that you can't use, that, you know, whatever, it's numb and you can't use it and you're bleeding out through your arm, you can't use it. You know how hard it is to use your mouth and open this, because it's all Velcro and stuff. You need both hands. So he come up with his way that he packs his. Whenever he has them, he packs them a certain way to where it's a big loop, and then all you have to do is grab this red piece and tighten it down, and then you use the ratchet thingy here, whatever it's called. But it makes sense. So like, even if you're got one hand, you can take that big loop, put it around, and then pull that red and then latch it back down and tighten it up. You don't need another hand. You can only use one hand. So it made a lot of sense.
Wait a minute. I got to apologize. I thought they was talking about Whistle Stop Cafe down in Georgia, fried green tomatoes, and I scrolled back up. This is where I apologize. There is someone in chat with the name Whistle Stop.
Yeah, it's Ed.
Ed.
Yeah. Crazy Ed. Well, he doesn't go by Crazy Ed anymore. He's getting too old to be crazy.
I don't know. You can still be old and crazy at the same time.
There we go. Now, see, there's the loop right there. And
Okay.
you see the red? That's why it's red. Usually this is folded up like this to where it's all connected together. This way you just slide it on. I'm not going to do it, but you slide it on and then you pull this down and it cinches it tight. And then you do this. And then you write down the time when you put it on. But that's how he folds it. And it makes sense. It really does make sense, because if you get these things when you first get them, you actually have to pull them apart, and then you have to feed the red tab into the buckle, and then you have to pull it like that. And if you only have one arm, that is extremely hard to do.
Yeah. Lily, it wasn't that I was thinking about food. I was thinking about the characters in there. Okay, I'm done.
But yeah, you know, that one, which I have to put back on there because I was doing a video on it. I put that right on the strap of my bug out bag, and my bug out bag's at close range, so I can grab it whenever. Most people carry their tourniquets in their first aid kit. I have one in my first aid kit too, but you want one to where it's something that you can grab. So all I have to do is this case is latched onto my bug out bag. All I have to do is just pull this out and then use it real quick. Because depending on the injury, you can bleed out in seconds, or you can bleed out to where you pass out. And rummaging through a bug out bag or a first aid kit for something, or just grabbing it.
Lily, I know you was joking.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I'll probably go ahead and end this at 11. And how many times do we say we're only doing this for our shows on Wednesday for an hour?
Practically every show we've been on. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah. Go ahead, do it again. It is hump day. Okay.
I'm not wearing earphones though.
And you still heard it, huh? Now, I can't tune it up too loud. I got neighbors living over there. They'll end up calling 911 on me. Think something's wrong.
We'll be live over here tomorrow. So not here, but on the cooking channel, talking about food, even though that's mainly all we talked about today. But
I'm surprised she hadn't called yet. Or let me double check, see if she texted back.
Yeah, I checked a little bit ago and she didn't yet.
No. I can't even see where I texted her now.
No, my daughter messaged me. Said
Believe
that
it or not, Dick sent me an attachment. How about that? Wasn't that sweet?
my
There
daughter
is.
said those were the best tomatoes I've ever ate.
Oh no. Which ones were those?
My giant tomatoes. She's got something going on right now. I won't talk about, but she came over and went back and we were talking and I asked her if she wanted any tomatoes, and because you can't see the tomatoes because the plant's so big.
Yeah.
I have to actually look in there and then take both hands and pull them off. And I hand her, she said, holy moly, is that a pumpkin? No, it's just a tomato.
Dixie sent me a text, and this is written on the back of a t-shirt, which I really need. And it says, quote, I'm not old. I just need some WD-40 and a little duct tape.
Well, Grace has got the pink duct tape.
I do not do pink. I'm sorry. Pink is for sissies. Yes, I said it. Oh, yeah, here it is. No, she hadn't. Wait a minute. Hold on. No, she hadn't. I'm going to have to call her early in the morning. I'm going to have to call her before I get out of bed in the morning.
Well, I'll tell you back.
Okay. So, do you have a backup plan?
For what, tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll just go on regular.
Okay.
We're just talking about Amish food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Amish land, so probably from where I live to where she lives, that's where they're Amish throughout. There are some more northern from her.
Some out in the Midwest too. But I think the original place, ain't it, in Pennsylvania?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the Midwest are Mennonites.
Okay.
Again, it's kind of the same people, but different beliefs. Now you'll have different, even around here, there's different Amish to where there's some that, don't have running water or electricity in their house. And there are some that drive vehicles and whatnot.
Yeah.
The owner of Superb company is Amish, but he went to college and stuff, and he still believes in the same stuff, but he doesn't believe, that you can't drive a car and you can't do certain things. You can't use technology and stuff. It's just other beliefs they believe in.
Okay.
Very religious and whatnot. And it's the same in different areas, what they believe. You can have, a whole bunch that you can drive vehicles and go to work in, normal people areas. And then there's like 3 or 4 families within that don't believe in any of that stuff, electricity or anything. like Wednesday here, you go to Audi's and it's they rent a van with a big trailer, and maybe 10 or 15 families will go shopping at Aldi's and fill up that trailer.
So Thursday mornings, Aldi's don't have groceries.
Not very much. Yeah. They'll go in and clean out all the cottage cheese and butter and things like that. And you
So
have to
do
wait a
not
couple
go to
days to
Aldi's.
get restocked.
So do not go to Aldi's on Wednesdays and Thursdays,
Yeah, kind of.
because it'll probably be Christmas time on Wednesdays and closed to restock on Thursdays. So 7 more minutes, Bushcraft.
Yeah. But hopefully next week we'll be over at Jeff's on Wednesday. If
Yeah,
we're not storming and everything here.
Yeah, well, not this week.
If Eric don't come pick him up.
Oh yeah, he might not be there. He might be up in New York or somewhere.
A bullshit. It ain't happening. I'll bury myself. I asked somebody, I'm not going to tell no names and nothing like that, but he runs a company now. It's a pretty damn good sized company. I texted him and asked him, does he have any used coffins?
Did you say coffin?
I know what I said. Okay, I know there is no used coffins. Okay, let me get it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I just asked him that question to see
okay.
what he would say back. The boy is a book genius, okay? And he has got some common sense, but not with none of my jokes. I'm not going to tell you what he said, but to sum it up, he said, no, we don't deal with used coffins. And a couple of texts, we done text one another 2 or 3 times. And my last one was, that was supposed to have been a joke, right? And he come back and he said he was trying to read while he was driving. So,
it used to be you could, until they passed a law that even if one body was placed in one and then cremated, that coffin you can't use it again.
Oh, really?
But it used to be you could. I don't know why it's a thing, but it's like one body might have a disease that carry to the next. I don't know the thinking about it or whatnot, but they used to put a body in a coffin, and then if it was getting cremated, they would put it in the crematorium or whatever it's called, and then scoop up the ashes and put it in an urn, and then somebody else would come in and they would do the showing again and use the same coffin because it was cheaper that way. But they have since made laws. I don't know why or the purpose of it or anything, but if a body is put in a coffin, it cannot be used again.
Well, I'm
Don't-
glad you said it like that because I was about ready to ask a stupid question. I mean, come on, they're dead. Who cares? I mean, if they
Yeah.
got a disease, it ain't like they're gonna carry it to somebody else.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand is like, well, if they get buried in it, it's not like it's going to spread to the other dead bodies.
Exactly. I mean, what happens if it does? Is it
I
going to
don't
be the
know.
night of the living dead all over?
I don't know.
Look,
I never. It's something to
I
dig
know,
into. Why? Well, here.
I know I'm sitting here making a joke about it, and it's nothing to joke about. But yet, how can you sit here and talk about something like that and not joke? It's not that it's in bad taste. It's just, it don't make no sense.
Legal, ethical, and practical reasons. Oh, that you can,
Now,
and it hasn't had a body in it, but you can rent caskets,
yeah, I
you
know
know,
that to be a fact.
for outdoors and, for scaring people and stuff. But uh,
Oh, really?
interiors are a legal and ethical option for visitations before. Okay. These rentals options provide new. Okay. So they do have now that you can rent a coffin, but when the next person goes to use the coffin, for visit, for viewing and stuff, the interior is torn out and redone with a new interior
Right.
for the next person, and the shell
Now,
is cleaned and
Hillbill says now you know where they got the 6 foot rule from.
okay. See, now I don't understand this, and one of the legal things is hygiene. Bodies can spread bacteria, and even the slightest contamination makes a casket unsanitary for reuse.
Why? Again.
Uh, and here's that I understand the respect thing. That's common sense kind of thing. But
Look,
I won't be no use.
I don't know.
Okay, that leads me to ask another stupid question. Is the next family going to know that's a used casket?
If you tell them, yeah, but that's,
Yeah. But
I
if they
mean,
don't ask, you don't tell.
is the person going to go pop up? Ew, you didn't buy me a new one?
Dixie said that would be me. But I've done said it 2 or 3 times. When I die, I want a handle put at the foot of my casket, playing da-da, 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 da-da. And when it gets to the da, I want to see how many people still left in there. And 101 said if I have that done, he would be the one to turn the handle. And I got to thinking, if 101 done that, I'm going to get that person to fix it. When it hits that last note, I pop up.
Put a spring in your coffin. Got to make
Yeah.
sure the spring hasn't been used again before, though.
But they got to get a voice of me saying, hello, who turned that handle? Man, can you imagine? Look, I wish 101 was up on here, but it'd probably go over his head. Can you imagine 101? He won't even go in the water.
Yeah. Tell me you have to go to your funeral. You're having a barrow at sea.
He'll be.
I'll watch
He'll
from
hook a
the
drill.
shore.
He would hook a drill up to that thing so he can get back to shore. How fast can Jack in the Box be played? Let's see. I got a 1/2-inch drill to hook up to. Yeah.
Well, it's that time, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it here.
Bye.
I hope to see everybody
Y'all don't get to
over
hear me.
on Bushcrafty Cooks. And you know how hard I haven't been. I have to retake the video every time because I say, "Welcome back to Bushcrafty Talks," and I'm like, "Oh, wrong show! Dang it!"
Is it going to be live or is it going to be a premiere?
Live.
Okay. What about when you do your cooking? You show your cooking videos.
Well, I can't do it live unless I get another computer and set up in the kitchen. So I'm not hauling all this stuff out there to cook for live. Huh?
No, well, what I'm talking about, are you going? Okay. You just answered the question. Take two. That's what Grace says. Bye. Out. Adios. Buenas noches. Bye.
Yeah, we will catch you guys later.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you. YouTube, don't copyright this.